Yeah, I realized I didn't really say the prices, but yeah, Bitcoin at 27.7K right now, ETH at about 1650. And then looking at our ecosystem and PulseChain, again, some pumpage today that conveniently started happening a little bit after RH fired off a couple of tweets. So people, I guess that's just where this market is right now, is they, think that the guy's gone or something. And if he tweets, it starts to pump. I don't know. But we got Pulse at quad zeros in a 4.6. Pulse X still the whole way down at quad 0.1178. Hex on PulseChain is at a little over 0.8 of a penny. That's really gone. There's been a lot of volatility with both hexes here during this little run, but Hex on Pulse is up 4.5% over the last day, and then eHex still hanging out. Like, it refuses to go below really that 0.3 of a penny. It had a lot of sell pressure the last couple of days to do so, as did the ecosystem. We're going to get to why now that we're kind of recovering a little bit, but eHex still at that 3.3 of a penny right now. Last thing I want to say, like, in terms of the macro, and I was listening to this today, and I would implore anybody to check this out. Arthur Hayes is awesome. Economist, lives in somewhere in Asia now, but he actually went to the University of Penn. He's a United States guy, about 38 years old. I heard an interview with him today and yesterday on the Tim Bilyeu podcast. It's called Impact Theory, I think, with Tim Bilyeu. I'm not the biggest Tim Bilyeu fan, but Arthur Hayes, I am for sure. Hearing that guy the last couple of days, I wish he were in America and running for president, because he would be the guy, I think, for me. But he, helped start BitMEX and stuff like that. Super pro crypto, but I'll just fill you in now, Ewok. I was listening to what he had to say, and this guy, again, really smart dude. Your friend Sami talks about him all the time. And I was listening to this interview today, and he actually is speculating that he thinks that because of the massive money printing that is going to have to come up over the next couple of years, he thinks it's going to be the biggest massive money printing event that we've ever had. And then that will fuel crypto, along with AI being one of the big sectors that people are going to speculate on here in this next bull run, which I think he's probably right on, not just in crypto, but I mean, just overall, like AI companies and things like that. He is calling for like an insane blow off top worldwide, every market, or the most important ones anyway, just total blow off that will culminate at the beginning of 2026. And this is a very wide range. So, if he hits it, okay. I mean, I'll be ecstatic if he hits the low end of it, but he speculated Bitcoin between 150K to 750K by the end of this in early 2026. If it gets to 150K, I am 100% content, because we don't care about Bitcoin. I mean, we do as far as where the market goes, but we're not holding Bitcoin. So with what we're holding, there would stand a reason we'd be doing pretty well. So, and then obviously after that, he's calling for a depression-like scenario, or super recession, things really tanking for a few years. But there's people that are bullish out there as far as in cryptocurrency. They're just going to do the, dial up the other 4-year cycles and say late 2025, whatever, which could be true. This is one of the more bullish things that I've seen. And I'm telling you, he's not like a permable idiot or anything like that. I mean, he's a really, really, really smart guy. I just wonder what you think about that scenario. Because, I mean, he is right about the money printing. It's going to happen. It's going to come on strong. They've been doing it now for 30 years. It's just the way we deal with it in the United States, as irresponsible and crappy as it is. We don't let free markets play out. We interject and print a bunch of money because that's the only way people know how to live in this country. So what do you think? I mean, I definitely don't think 750K BTC, but if he gets the low end of it, I'm totally content with that.
Well, I think that was one of our targets, was between 140 and 150. It was that was high. That was a high target. I've since dialed it back, probably closer to 135 ish. I think the 750,000 is wishful thinking for Bitcoin, especially if the ETFs come into play and there's a lot of big holders in there. It will be manipulated to very much like gold. You can see gold has been stuck at $2,000 an ounce forever now, and it's even dropped below that, and it just can't seem to break that level. So I don't know. I think he's over estimating, but again, I don't know what the macro does. I don't know, No one does. We don't know how much money they print. Will they get us in even more trouble than they got us in the last time? Well, maybe. Depends on what the situation is in the world. Are we still at war fighting a battle that's not ours to fight? There's a lot of things that really kind of play into that. So I think he's, overestimating, but again, I like the sound of it, because if that all happens, you're right. Our ecosystem should do just fine as well.
Yeah, all things considered that are even been going on over the last couple of months. Just shout out to the chat to Mr. Chuck. We are going to talk about the Fetch Oracle here coming up soon, and liquid loans as well.